Okay. So in the yesterday's class, we started creating the test case, right? So in the yesterday's class, like we have seen how to open the browser. So today we will have a small session. Okay, right. So using this go-to method, we are opening the application. See, this go-to method, it is accepting a URL in the form of string, and the second parameter is options. These options are optional parameter. How would you say it is optional parameter? It is representing with question mark symbol. If any parameter in the method which is showing with question mark symbol, then that is optional parameter. Okay. So that means URL parameter is mandatory. The remaining parameters are optional. If you want, you can provide, else leave it. Okay. Now, so await page.goto, and then here I'm trying to open the application. Now, what is the requirement is I want to get the title of the application. Await page dot. There is a method called title. There is a method called title. Now see, page dot, if anything is represented with this hexagon symbol, then that is treated as method. If anything is represented with this hexagon symbol, then it is treated as method. Okay. So now I want to get the title. Again, this title is also represented with the hexagon. Then it is a method. Okay. The title method. Now see, if you observe the syntax, page title, what is the return type? What is the result? It is giving,
String.
it returns output in the form of string. But before that, what it is mentioning? Promise. When I say promise means it is going to take some time to process it. And after that, it is going to give you the result in the form of string end. So whenever it returns or whenever it is showing with promise, to handle this promise, we are using this await keyword. Okay. So await page.title, and this title is returns in the form of string format. Now what I'm going to do is to store the output, I'm going to use in another variable like this, let title. Here in the TypeScript, we have three kinds of ways to declare the variables. Where is this notes? How to declare a variable? Declaring a variable, declaring a variable in JavaScript, declaring a variable in JavaScript or TypeScript. See here, we have three types. You can declare the variable in JavaScript and TypeScript in three ways. So what are all the three ways? So one is you can use old style, that is with where keyboard. And second thing is using let. Using let keyboard also, we are trying to use it. And third one, there is another approach called using const. Okay. So totally three ways to represent the variable. One is where, let, and const. These three ways you can declare the variables. Normally, in case of C++, whenever you are declaring a variable, Before that, you are using a data type and then a variable name. But here, you are going to use any one of the keyword to declare the variable. Okay. So most of the time, especially our playwright point of view, we are trying to use let or constant. We are going to use any one of the data. See, you can use where also. You can use where also, not a problem. But this where is old style. That means actually this JavaScript is introduced in 1996. From that period onwards, people are using this where keyword only. In 2015, the new version of JavaScript is introduced. In that period, they have introduced these two member variables, these two keywords, let and constant. In the latest version of the JavaScript, they have introduced this let and constant. Okay. But what is the difference between where, let, and constant? With practically, we will see in the TypeScript programming. But for the time being, we will try to use any one of the keyword. Okay. So that's why I'm using this let in our programming. Okay. You can use where, you can use constant also. Okay. So using this variable, using this let, I am declaring this another variable called title. And here my result is stored under the variable called title. Now I want to print this console.log. I want to print this title. And here my output is stored in the variable called the title variable. In C++, you are using printf. In Java system.out.println. Similarly, we are trying to use a statement called console.log. Okay. So right now I am printing the title. And similarly, I want to get the URL of the application. And I say URL means, now see here in the browser, whatever the URL is showing, that URL, I am trying to capture it. Okay. Right. So page dot URL. There is a method called URL. Now tell me, this URL, what it returns?
String.
It returns string. That means output is going to stored in the form of string. But is it showing any kind of promise?
No.
No. So that's why for this method, no need to use this await
Await.
keyword. No need to use await keyword under, because it is executing normal in the sequence mode only. Okay. Suppose before this method, accidentally you have written this statement, each one await keyword. So what it is telling? Now see, under A, it is representing with the three dots. Under A, it is representing with the three dots. Then what is the meaning of that statement? Just highlight it. Await has no effect on the type of this expression. You are using await keyword, but on this expression, there is no effect. If you write it, there is no effect on this type of expression. If you want, you can keep it. Normally, it is not required to write. If you write it, there is no use under. That is what they are saying. Await has no effect on the type of this expression. Okay, because it doesn't return a promise. Okay. So here, this URL, what it returns? It returns a string. So let me store in a variable called a URL. Let me store a variable called URL. console.log, here URL, and then see here what I'm doing. I'm just trying to open the application. After opening the application, I'm getting the title and I'm printing. And here I'm getting the URL, I'm just printing it. Right? Now, let us execute. npx playwright test verify URL title hyphen project is equal to chromium header. The execution is very fast. Now here I'm getting the title is Google and the URL is this one. Normally you will see the title on the tab. Whatever you are seeing the title, whatever you are seeing it, that is the title. Normally for each and every page, this is the title. So you are getting the title, and on this application at the time of executing, whatever the URL is present, that is the URL here. Okay. Right now you are getting title and URL. Okay. But in this case, what you are doing, just you are getting the title and you are printing it. But my requirement is what? I want to do validations. See, while doing manual testing, you are trying to compare both expected result versus actual result. Then only you can say the test case is passed or failed. Similarly, in automation point of view also, when I want to compare the expected result versus actual result. So whenever you are doing these two, whenever you are trying to do these two things, then you can say the test case is passed or failed. So to do that validation, here we are using a keyword called expect. Using this expect keyword, we are doing validations. Using this expect, we are doing validations. Okay. So using this expect, I told you the Playwright is providing a built-in facility. So what is that? Expect. Okay. Now this is just for our convenient point of view. I'm printing what is the title and all. Okay. Just with this statement, you cannot tell that like the test case is passed or failed. And all. This is just for printing only. But ultimately, whenever you do these validations, that time you can say the test case is passed or failed. Now, how would you do that? So here, I'm going to use a statement called expect. Now see, so far, this is in the dim color. Now, whenever you are writing this keyword expect, now it is showing with brightness. Expect page dot to have title, to have title. Okay. So what is the title? I'm expecting the title name is Google. See, there are number of methods are providing in the expect. All the methods, these are all the methods are verifying expected result. These methods are expected methods. Okay. So to have title, to have URL, to be contents, to be, there are so many methods are there. According to your requirement, you are trying to use some different kind of method. Now here, what is my requirement? I'm trying to verify the URL. So to verify the URL, there is a method called to have title. To have title. Okay. Right now, I'm using page. Right now, I'm using page. Okay, we'll talk about it. Expect page. So why I am writing the page? Because the title and URL, these two actions are belong to the page level. For the page, it has a title. For the page, it has the URL. That's why we are passing this page under. Okay. I'll show you what kind of assertions we have in the Playwright. Okay. So right now, the title and URL, these two are belong to the page level. That's why we are providing this page. Expect page dot to have title. And similarly, there is a method called await expect again. This is also page only. Why? Because the page has URL. So there is a method called to have URL. To have URL. So what is the URL? Let's say this is the URL. Sometimes this URL is also very lengthy URL, but we cannot expect the complete string, because whenever you try to run one more time, the string is going to change. The string is going to change. So we cannot verify the exact string under, because in the URL, there may be like some lengthy kind of strings are would be showing under. So now what I want is I want to verify up to this part only. That means partial part I want to verify. This is the complete URL. In that URL, whether a particular text is there or not, that is what I want to verify. So now what I want to do is here, if you want to verify the complete exact string, you can copy, and here within the double quotes, you need to give the complete URL. You need to give the complete URL. That means exact string. Whenever you want to verify the exact string, exact thing, that time you can give either single quote or double quote. Now see, if you say this syntax, to have URL, what it returns? It is asking either string. When I say string means you are going to provide in the single quote or double quote. You are going to provide either string or the regular expression. The regular expression. Okay, we will see how to use this regular expression. Now here I am using string under. So that's why I am giving in the double quotes. Double quotes or single quotes. Okay. So with this, let us check whether it is working or not. So the expected title is matching and the URL is also matching. Okay. Let us forcefully fail the test case. Instead of Google, let us have this Google XX. You are expecting Google XX, but you are getting Google only. That means your expected result is Google XX. Here you are getting from the application only Google. After 5 seconds, it is giving the result as the failure. See here in the in the Playwright, we have different kind of timeouts. One is a default timeout. The default timeout is 30 seconds. When it is applying 30 seconds, let's say the playwright is looking for one element. That element is not immediately present on the application. It is looking for it. Maximum, it will wait for 30 seconds. Within the 30 seconds, if playwright is performed to action on the element, then it is going to work. If it is not found, maximum it will wait for 30 seconds and then it will give the error. That is default timeout. There is one more timeout called expected timeout. This expected timeout, it is applicable on the expect statement. That means whenever it is doing validations, at that time it is performing or it is waiting maximum 5 seconds. Within 5 seconds, if results are matching, then it executes and it gives the result as passed. Else, after 5 seconds, it gives the result as failure. Now, in this case, also the same thing. Within the 5 seconds, it is trying to check whether both are matching or not. If it is not, then it is giving the result as failure. So this is expected timeout. Okay, these are all the default timeouts for the playwright. See, if you want, you can increase and decrease. Okay, you can customize the timeouts under, but the default timeout which is provided by playwright is 5 seconds. Okay, now here you are getting Google, but you are expecting Google XX. That's why the test case is failed. Okay, now in this case, what happened? You have some 10 lines of code. You have 10 lines of code is there in the program, but you are getting failure at line number 7. Wherever you are getting the failure, it stops execution there only, because you are using a statement called hard assertion statement. You are using hard assertion. So what is a hard assertion? Whenever you are using assertion statement, if it is failed, it stops execution there only. It is not moving proceed. I mean, it is not moving further. See, after line number 7, we have 3 lines of code, but they are not executing. It stops execution there only and gives the result as the failure. So that is called hard assertion. So the assertion is the one of the mode. That means the one of the mode of the assertion. That means it is trying to execute in one way. So this is hard assertion. We can make this assertion is also soft assertion. How? Just use expected dot soft. Expected dot soft. So what happened? Now see. Let us execute. See here, this is your receiving, this is your expecting. Both are not matching. Okay, right. But what happened in this case? This is failure. This is failure. And see, you are expecting http google.com, and but here you are getting this much lengthy string. This much lengthy string. So actually, this kind of strings and all, we cannot predict it. It is not in our control, because what type of URL it is trying to generate, we don't know. So normally whenever people are trying to expect, or whenever people are trying to do validations for the URL point of view, normally they're trying to verify the main string sender. Okay, right. Okay. So, but here what happened? Though there is a failure, but it is continue to execute other statements also. See, here we have failure, but it is continue to execute other statements. Now see, there is a failure, line number 7, but it is printing at line number 9. What is that? URL also it is printing. It is printing line number 9 also. Okay. So that means what happened? Here you are using soft assertion. So in case of soft assertions, what happened? Though there is a failure, but it is continue to execute other statements. But the result is finally it is going to show pass or fail.
Fail only.
Fail only because there is a failure, right?
Yes.
The thing is, it is not stopping at this moment, but it is continue to execute other statements. But at the result wise, it is going to show failure. But here, what happened? This is the hard assertion. This is the hard assertion. And at this line, it is stopping execution. Why? Because whatever you are expecting, this URL is not matching. It is also containing some extra string also. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Okay. So
Anand, once again, I have a small doubt.
we will come to know. We'll come to know. Okay. First, let me explain. Okay. So here, this is the URL. So this URL is containing some extra strings also. Now, what I want is, instead of writing this complete URL, what I want is, I just want to verify up to this string only. So now what I'm going to do is, I'll try to put it in the with regular expression. So how do you write this regular expressions? If you want to verify a partial text, partial part, just write double slash like this. So in between, whatever the string you want to write it, you can write it. Let's say I want to verify up to only this. This is the main string which I want to verify. This is the part I am trying to verify. So this is called a regular expression pattern number. With this regular expression pattern, I am trying to verify the part of the text. Now, it is not showing in the URL part, but it is showing ultimately, what is that? This title under. Okay, the title is failing, but it is giving the result as failure. Now it is failing the test case. Why? Because this soft assertion is failing. But though it is failure, but it is continue to execute other statements under. So this is soft assertion and this is hard assertion. So in case of soft assertion, what happened? Though you have failure in the test script, but it is not stopping at this line. It is continue to execute other statements. And finally, it is giving the result as failure. But if you take hard assertion, it is stopping execution there itself. It is not moving further. After that, though you have number of lines of code also, it won't worry about it. It is going to, what is it? It is going to stop execution there itself. So that is hard assertion. Okay, right. Now, what is your doubt? Okay.
Yeah, Anand, I'm audible.
Yes.
You mentioned that Google accesses, right?
Can you
So
speak a little bit
instead of,
louder?
yeah, we mentioned for Google access, right? For
Mm,
expected result.
right.
Instead of Google access, we can send it to Google. Only to Google, I think it will pass it.
See here,
Yes.
what I'm doing is for verification point of view, I'm writing like this. Okay. So normally here the title you stored in this variable. Yes or no? Here page dot title. This page dot title I have stored in this variable called title. This title I can pass it here also. Okay. Because this is my expected string. This expected string you can provide. Basically, this two have title. What it is asking? It is asking in the form of string pattern or regular expression pattern. You can provide in any format. You can provide in the any format. You can provide it in the string format or you can provide it in the regular expression pattern. It's up to you. So here, write this right now. I'm providing in the form of string form. Okay. I already, let's say, if you want to provide this variable, you can provide it. It's up to you. Is this your question?
I mean, if in case we can provide for any other expected result also, it getting failed.
Actually, Vamsi, I'm not getting your voice clearly. Oh, can anybody tell me what is like what he's asking? Can you remove your headset and then talk? Hello?
I think Prem is telling like that if you remove XX, it will pass or something. He's asking. I'm also asking.
Ah, if it is removed, okay, yes,
Yeah,
it will pass. What is there?
because we want to do what is that's the reason we added something because we're getting the failed or
No,
not. Uh,
actually, here I'm forcibly failing this test case.
yes, yes,
I want to fail this test case.
yes, yes, yeah,
Because of this reason, I am writing this double accent. Actually, this is your title.
yes, yes, yeah,
But how this soft assertion is working, I want to show it to you. That's why I am writing this Google XXXN.
yeah. Because once it's failed, it run the remaining steps. So that's the reason we are
And
getting stopped. Yeah,
once it is failed also, but it
Mm.
is continue to execute other statements as well.
Because
Why?
we are using soft.
Because
Soft.
we are using soft assertion.
Yes, yes.
Vamsi, are you there? Hello? Okay. Right. So we have different types of assertion statements. What kind of assertion statements? So we have page level assertion statements. Just now we have used expect page dot to have URL to have title. So page level assertions. Next, locator level. Most of the time we are trying to use this locator level because we are trying to identify the elements. On that element, you are trying to perform some different kind of actions and you are performing the validations. And then generic assertions. Generic assertions means like normally you are trying to compare two values or two texts or whether it is coming true or false, like generic actions and generic assertions. On the application point of view, let's say you are doing some kind of calculation, whether this calculation is equal to so and so or not. Okay. Normal generic actions. And API assertions. So we have this kind of assertions under. Normally, while working on the web related scenarios, we are trying to use this page level, locator level, and this generic assertions. Depends upon the situation. Especially this API assertions, whenever people are working with like API testing and API automation, that time people are using this API assertions. Right. Next. Modes of assertion. So we can perform this assertion. We can perform assertion in two ways. One is hard assertion, and the second thing is
Soft assertion.
soft assertion. So that means this is hard assertion and soft assertion. You can apply these two types of modes on any one of the category. On each category, you can apply this hard assertion and soft assertion. Depends upon your requirement. Let's say in this example, what you're doing, you have applied both soft assertion and hard assertion, both. So depends upon your requirement, you can apply this hard assertion and soft assertion. So in case of hard assertion, what happened? Wherever you are getting failure, it stops execution. It stops execution when it fails. It stops execution when it fails. In case of soft assertion, it is continue to execute. It is continue to execute although we have failed. Although we have failure. It is continue to execute other statements. It is continue to execute. Where is it? Is continue to execute other statements although we have failed. So you can apply this hard assertion and soft assertion on any one of the category. That means depends upon your requirement. Let's say you are working with the locator assertion. On that locator assertion, okay, depends upon your requirement. If you want to, you can apply this hard assertion. You can apply this soft assertion. It's up to you. So depends upon your requirement. In one test case, I can have this soft assertion and a hard assertion. When you are going to apply this soft assertion, okay, I want to do validation, but that is not that much important. Even if it is fail also, not a problem. But there are other statements needs to be executed. But there is a validation that is compulsory. We have to verify. If it is fail, okay, stop it. I don't want to proceed further. In that case, you can have this hard assertion. Okay. So soft assertion and hard assertion you can have in the test case like. Okay. Most of the time, while doing automation, people are trying to use hard assertion statements. Most of the time. Okay. So we have these types of assertions, 4 types: page, locator, generic, and API level. So on each category, you can apply these 2 types of assertions. That depends upon your requirement. So if you say this documentation, playwright.dev, this is official documentation. Get started. Look for assertions. Look for assertions. See, this document is very clear. Now see, here it contains so many kinds of methods and all. Like now see, expect locator, locator, locator. That means it is locator type and all. Okay. And then there is something like you have like page related. Now expect page to have title. So that means whether the page has the title, and similarly page has the URL. So like this, you are trying to compare. Right now we have used these two, and going forward we'll try to use this locator type and okay. So apart from that, we have different kind of assertions, API testing related, and then generic related we have. So these are all the categories. These are all the categories, and the hard assertion and soft assertions, those are all the different kind of modes. That means on each category you can apply this hard assertion and soft assertion. Okay, right. Now see, at the time of executing, here you have given npx playwright test verify title hyphen project is equal to chromium hyphen. So I want to customize this command. I don't want to give this much lengthy command. And now the thing is how to customize, how to customize the command, how to customize playwright command. See, to customize playwright command, what you need to do is first go to package.json. Go to package.json. After going to the package.json, there is a section called script section. There is a section called scripts. See, right now this scripts is empty. See, here it is representing with curly braces. So if it is representing with the curly braces, then what is the meaning of that? It is object. In the JavaScript and TypeScript, if it is representing with curly braces, then it is object. The object, it stores the information in the form of key and value combination. Okay, just enter. Here, right now, I'm trying to verify. Okay, this verified URL and title. Okay, so now here the key name is I'm giving title URL. This is my key name. Within the double quotes, I'm specifying, and after that colon. And then here I'm providing URL. This URL, sorry, this is the key and this is the value. This value again you are going to provide within the double quotes. So this is the command. Okay. This is the command I'm giving it. So the total command I'm assigning to the key, this one. This key, whatever you like it, you can give it. Whatever you like it, you can give it. Okay. The title URL. So here I'm trying to verify this, verify URL title. So the key name is I'm giving title URL. You can give anything, whatever you like it. And then this is the command. Now, how to execute based on this key? How to execute based on this key? So here you should give npm. So here to execute customize command, npm space run, npm space run, and then what is the key name?
Title URL. Yeah.
Title URL. So to execute the customize command, here you are giving npm run title URL. So whenever you are hitting it, this title URL is going to replace with this original command. Now see, at the time of executing, it is executing this internal. So every time I cannot execute that lengthy command and all. So instead of that, what you are doing? You are customizing that command. Okay. So go to package.json and enter key. Go to script section. Here, enter key and value. Example, I have given. So after that, run. How to run it? Before running it, just you need to save it. Okay. So run with below command. So what is the command?
NPX.
Not npx.
NPM.
This is the customized, right?
Yes.
npm run, and then this is the key. So this concept, it is not only belong to the Playwright. This concept, wherever you are working with Node.js, this is the Node.js concept. So whatever the type of project you are working, whether it is Cypress or Playwright or WebDriver IO or AngularJS or React.js, concept is the same. Okay, so they're providing in the form of key and value, and to execute it, here you are using npm run title URL. Okay, so this is the thing. So this is how you are going to customize the Playwright command. Okay, right. So this is the basic script. In the basic script, we are trying to open the URL of the application, getting the title. We are doing assertions, and similarly URL also, and we are verifying it. So we are not performing any actions on the page level. That means we are not interacting with any kind of elements like text boxes, radio buttons, and all those stuff. This is a very, very basic script. We are performing some basic actions and performing validations on the application. And we have seen the different types of assertions and how to customize the command and how you can execute in the soft assertion and how to hard assertion. So these things and all we have seen. Okay. The next topic is our actual automation. That means how you are going to interact with web elements. That means how you are going to perform actions on the web elements, like text boxes, check boxes, radio buttons, all this stuff. Okay. So I'm stopping now. Any doubts?
Yeah, Prem, you're sharing the links, right? Like recording links every day. We'll get. Hello?
1 second.
Yeah.
Actually, that
Can-
depends upon your institute, man, because Your
Okay.
institute people are going to share it. Since
Okay.
like, I mean, these are all the
Mhm.
initial days and all, like, I mean, that's why, okay. Even yesterday's class also I uploaded in the YouTube.
Okay.